This podcast was created on Messy. Create your own show today at messy.fm.
I'll never be your piece of burden. My back is broad, but it's a hurting. All I want is for you to make love to me. Adam,
Awesome.
Windy Podcast.
All right. Well,
What a beautiful intro.
yes, all right.
This,
We have Rolling Stones here. Thank you.
again,
Richards.
thank you. God, I'm so glad we're great friends with them.
Yes, still good friends with them. He actually
know,
came to the
Childhood
studio.
friends. I
Came
think
to the studio.
you actually
and
went to the
played
same
for us.
preschool as Keith Richards, right?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, he was a little bitch back then. Yeah. He always had a little ukulele on him.
You know how it be. You know how it
That's
be.
how it be. All right. Welcome to the Adam and Wendy podcast.
So, who are you
With,
again? Who are you?
I'm Adam.
Oh, and I'm Wendy, as it turns out.
What?
Yeah. And welcome
Turns out
to
what?
the Adam and Wendy Podcast.
Okay. It is November 15th. November 15th, 1:30 p.m.
And we're drinking beers, and I'm eating Thai food.
Nice.
And
What are you eating? What'd you order?
I ordered pad thai.
Pad Thai.
'Cause that's,
Typical.
Yeah, it's like the only shit I eat. It's like got a lot of peanuts in it.
Dude, it's
It's
No
like my
Nut
second
November.
time.
Come on, man.
Oh shit! I failed. Can I nut
Piece of
now?
Fuck.
I can nut finally. If I fail one nut, I have to fail every nut. All right, but I want to start this podcast by saying I fucked up last time, saying circumcised and uncircumcised wrong when I was talking about the Call Her Daddy episode. Nat and Hannah, fuck you guys.
Shout out. Fuck you.
Shout out and fuck you. I meant to say what Call Her Daddy said was, don't be afraid to suck a uncircumcised penis. And instead I said circumcised. And they're like, do you even know what the fuck that means? And I'm like, fuck. No, I don't.
So we would like to apologize to the uncircumcised community. You know who you are.
You know who you are. But yeah, so get that out of the way. I'm not fucking dumb, damn it. I knew it. It's not like I'm going to go back and edit it and make it so I say
Yeah, one take.
circumcised. Yeah, one take. I know the rules. And
Everybody fucking knows
All
the
right.
rules. And if you don't,
But yeah.
go fuck yourself.
hey, go fuck yourself. But so what is it? November
What is it?
15th on a Friday, and it is a beautiful day out, dude. Honestly,
It is
I wish I
sunny.
was recording this
Sunny as
outside.
fuck right now.
Sunny and 75.
Well, it's sunny and about 42, but
Mm-hmm.
that's the fucking way she
True.
goes.
True.
No, honestly,
Sorry.
42 isn't that cold compared to Potsdam. You know, like,
Oh my god.
right now I go outside and all the snow's melting, and I get Snapchats from people in Potsdam, and there's like fucking 3 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah, dude, there's more than 3 inches, bro. Unless it's 3 boy inches. Wait.
3 boy inches.
No,
3
there's like
boy inches is like 7 real inches, right?
no.
What's the conversion
Yeah,
rate?
something like that. Yeah, no, that's yeah. Potsdam has like maybe 10 boy inches on the ground,
Nice.
which is like 2 actual inches. So. But shout out to
Yeah.
Nat and Hannah for that. But
Shout out Nat
for that.
Hannah. Fuck you.
for that, and fuck you. All right, so how's your day going, Nate? It's 1:40, so
Not
up?
bad. I've got to work later. About 10
Again?
o'clock. But I understand you have the day off, motherfucker.
yeah, scheduled day offs, man. I'm not the only company that or the company.
You're
I
the
work for
only
the
company.
No, there's more companies that do the 5-4-9 schedule. I work 9-hour days, 4 days out of the week, get the Friday off, and then next week I have 9-hour days, but the Friday I have an 8-hour day.
Huh.
So I like to call it a 5-4-9. Other people call it something different, but if anyone's out there, ask your boss if you can do that, because I have every other Friday off. I get 3-day weekends. Use that Friday usually to clean.
See, I would love that shit. It's funny. The place I work at right now, they did a survey of all the people that work there, and they were like, would you rather work 5 8-hour days or 4 10-hour days? And I talked to everybody in our warehouse, and they were like, you better put 4 10-hour days, because fucking everybody wanted that shit, man. And then sure enough, everybody puts in their survey. Pretty much, like I said, everybody I fucking talked to wanted 4 10-hour days. And what do? They divide us into 3 shifts, and they give us 5 7-hour days.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, so what do you... What?
I know, right?
So what do you do right now? You work 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.?
Yeah. And
which is...
We get a
7
half-hour unpaid lunch and
8.
2 10-minute breaks. And the reason they don't do 8-hour shifts is because our parking lot isn't big enough to accommodate switching shifts.
Wow.
Yeah. Ain't that some shit?
Ain't that some shit? That's bullshit.
So, yeah.
What? Yeah. But it's just a temp job.
It is. But I love to bitch about it. I can't survive about it. Or I can't survive it unless I bitch about it.
You can't survive without it, too.
True. I'll drink to that.
Drink to that. Yeah, I just had the last taste of beer. The last sip. We could do a whole podcast episode about the last sip and how horrible it is. And if you disagree, you're a psychopath. And you fucking probably eat your own poop or drink your own pee.
You probably drink sketch beers at parties.
Yeah, you probably... You wait till the fucking party's over. You hide in the basement under a table. And when everybody leaves and all the frat guys are all gone, you fucking drink the rest. And then eventually you sneak out of the frat house.
Just like, I love these room temperature flat beers that I don't know who was drinking.
Gross, dude. Yeah, I've heard of frats that used to not at Clarkson, obviously. We're a good school, but that would make pledges chug their beer at the chug the beer in the morning after a party. Horrible.
Yum.
That is disgusting. That would be hell.
Have you ever had those?
Yeah.
It reminds me of those times last semester when we would drink the flat kegs on a Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. That was a shit show.
Remember that one time? I got a picture of you fucking... We had one of the flat kegs, and we were like, we got to get this shit cold, but it was room temperature. So, like any North Country individual, we covered it in snow in our basement.
Uh-huh. There's a pile of it. Well, maybe we'll post it on our stories so people can understand what we're talking about. Because that is
they could
amazing.
use their imagination.
I love it. Honestly, I want to get that picture and print it out and put it on my wall. As you can see in my apartment, there's nothing on the wall. I need an American flag or
you've got
Canadian
a blank
flag
canvas
or something. Yeah, it's just Luke. Yeah, it's like warm yellow.
It's warm yellow,
like
by pee?
warm yellow. Yeah, it's like pee, but you're hydrated, but you're not dehydrated.
Maybe you're drinking too much water, buddy.
You ever when you're peeing, so you're peeing in the urinal, and you're like, oh shit, I'm hydrated. It's coming out of your penis, and it's clear as fuck. But then it builds up in the toilet, and it's yellow. I mean, it's that color. That's my apartment walls.
It sounds like a great apartment.
You know what I mean. You get it.
Did you know?
The people out there.
Did you know that if it's actually clear, you're overhydrated? Because I had a professor in college tell me. She was my water resources professor, so I guess she knows about pee or shit.
Yeah.
But she said the ideal color of your pee that you want is lemonade.
Lemonade, huh?
Lemonade.
So what I'm describing, basically, right?
I don't know. It looks pretty white from here.
I was trying to tell you. Keep talking. I'm getting a beer out of the fridge.
You could
I
have
had to
just
get up
said
to
that.
keep them warm.
Instead of trying to use sign language at me.
Well, you could have just not shut up. You could have just fucking not shut up.
Dude, Adam and Winnie never shut up.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, fucking, you understand? Just keep going.
Yeah, but you should have not shut up while telling me you were getting a beer. Because I'm too stupid to realize that you were getting a beer. I was thinking about your pee walls.
True. Fuck. Well, so that's my apartment. What were you talking about before that? Like pee walls?
Probably nothing important.
Probably not important. All right, well, let's get on to the podcast. Oh, we're recording.
We are recording. Oh, shit.
Shit. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start this off by, well, do you want to get on the shit watch?
Shit watch.
Shit watch.
We
We should get a theme for shit watch.
We'll get
Welcome
on
to
that.
shit watch.
Hey, intern. Get on that shit.
Get on this shit, stupid.
Bitch, you stupid.
Bitch, you stupid. All right.
So what the fuck you been
So-
watching? What shit you been watching?
Me first.
Yeah, you first.
All right. So I've been watching Billy on the Street.
Billy
And
on the street.
That's like Billy on the Street. It's a great fucking show.
Yeah, Zach was explaining to me back when we did our podcast with him.
Yep. It is a great fucking show. It's silly as fuck. Like, it's just offensive as hell. He's just going around the street yelling at people, and I think he's fucking great.
So how close is it to the Eric Andre show? Because I actually haven't watched it.
It's the Eric Andre show, but like nothing that weird.
Really? So it's kind of dialed back a little bit?
This guy's just pop culture. He just goes up to people like, "What do you think Britney Spears? Would you think Britney Spears would like peanut butter and jelly on her sandwich with mayonnaise?" And they would just be like, "What?" And like that's it. Like, but it's specifically pop culture. Like they'll go up to him, they'll be like, "Do you think Ty Dolla $ign knows what he's talking about when he writes his lyrics?" And like,
so it makes
stuff like that.
It makes a little more sense than the Eric Andre show.
Mm-hmm. Like, the Eric Andre show is straight up harassing him. Like, I think it's
the
great.
goal of his show is just convince people that he's fucking insane or on drugs. I mean, which he is on drugs most of the time.
100%.
But this is a little more logical. You know, maybe it's something I should actually watch. Maybe I'll talk about it on my actual next shit watch. But continue.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. All of our Eric Andre's on Hulu.
Oh no, I was talking about Billy on the Streets.
Oh yeah, get Netflix, bitch.
It's on Netflix.
Something I've. Oh, 100%. Billy on the Streets seasons 2 through 6 are on Netflix.
I would have expected it to be on like YouTube or AdultSwim.com, but not Netflix.
Oh right. It's not inappropriate. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he goes like, he'll go out to someone and someone will be like, "Fuck you," and he'll go, "Fuck you, motherfucker." But I think it's.
It sounds like someone in New York City.
But it's straight up beep 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 mother beep. So it's I wish it was uncensored, but Billy gets so pissed. It's so I watched that. That's great.
Has he ever fought anybody?
No, but he's been close. You can tell he's been close to people like are like, "What the fuck?" Like, because he'll be like, "Are you married?" And they'll be like, "No," and he'll be like, "I can tell," and just have them respond, and they'll be like, "What?" They'll be like, "Excuse me," and like, you know what I mean? Or a dude will be like,
"You're an asshole."
Yeah, and he'll be like, "That's what I am, bitch." But he's great.
That's a Verge move by those people.
But yeah, totally. So Billy on the Street's great. Mindhunter. I've been watching Mindhunter a little bit. I'm on episode like 3 though.
I've heard
Season
about
1.
that show, but that's
Everyone has.
another thing that I don't know anything about because I'm on culture.
Yeah, it's like back in the 70s when people didn't like know what to call people that. It's when people didn't know what to call humans that killed a lot of people, which were
like
serial killers.
Okay.
Yes. So before like the term serial killers was a thing, these guys are like trying to describe the origin because they're going also. It's about like going in their minds of serial killers and like, why did you do this?
Oh, so like
And
interview serial
back then,
killers.
Yeah, but back then, they just thought like people did it because they're fucking crazy. That's the only reason. People do things because they do them. There's no reason.
That's the way
and
they are.
They're like, there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason. And there is. There's like this one guy who chopped up women's heads and had sex with their corpses. He's like, my mother, I despised women because my mom abused the shit out of me. And that I don't really know if that's even, obviously it's not fucking logical, but it is a reason. You know what I mean? Unlike people are like, no, he's just fucking crazy. They do it for no reason. People will sometimes just cut people's heads off and have sex with their corpses.
They kind of just think it just randomly happens. Like it's just a random algorithm.
Yep. So I watched that. I'm on episode like 3, and it's an actual show, not like it's not like every episode's a new guy. No, it's an actual like storyline. You follow this guy, and he like has this girl.
Oh, so it's about one guy
Yeah.
instead of like just serial killers in general.
Yeah, the guy's in the FBI, and he's like, if we can find out why people do things, we can find people before they do things. And it's great. It's a great like storyline. I get it. I'm just like, I want to watch funny stuff like Billy on the Street. So that's my logic. But great show. And the last thing I've been watching, or I watched this week, because it's only been like 6 days since we did a podcast.
Yeah, we did it on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to say we did it on Saturday.
Yep.
I don't fucking know. My nights are days now because of my night
Oh,
shift.
dude, that's oh fuck. Do you work this weekend?
I'm fucking hoping not, because I worked a half day yesterday and like a 3/4 of a day last night. So I really hope that they're not just like, hey, we're working on Sunday. And then I'm just like pissed off because like, why the fuck didn't we just work full days on Wednesday and Thursday?
Yeah. Fuck, dude. Struggles of a third shift person, man.
Yeah, I know.
I don't really know people who work third shift except you.
Tom was telling me he's gonna.
That he's what?
He's gonna start working third shift.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Why? What?
I mean, when you work at a big company like that, where it's just like they have plants all over the world, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like time isn't a thing. It's just like producing shit.
Wow.
At the most economically, what's the word I want to use here? Economically proficient way of doing shit.
Yeah, torturing your workers, and you're working at
like,
night.
All right, I don't give a
and,
fuck when you work. Just do it.
I mean, that's the same thing as the shipyard. Like, we have people working third shift because the shipyard can't shut down ever. So even on snow days, like, we have to have people working. And the sailors, they are there always because they live on the shipyard. So, but so that's weird. But all right, so the last thing I've been watching, or I watched, was, and the most interesting thing I think, was the Mike Tyson documentary on Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah, you sent me a Snapchat of this the other day.
It's great. It is a great fucking... Oh, shit, hold on. Okay, never mind. I'll say it later. I was going to say something I heard the other day.
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat.
Hey, yo, so get this. So I'm fucking my dad the other day, right? And this faggot turns
you
around
too?
and kisses me. Dude, I lose it. That is easily the funniest thing I was playing Modern Warfare, and I get into a party, and this guy goes, yo, so check this out. So I was fucking my dad the other day, and this faggot turns around and kisses me. I absolutely lost it. I lost it, man.
Dude, that's funny as fuck.
Dude, I wanted to just say that randomly. Yo, so get this.
I'm glad you had the bravery to say that.
It's fucking great. All right. So Mike Tyson, great documentary. I didn't know half the shit I learned in that documentary. I thought Mike Tyson was just like a really good fighter. Like, I thought he was undefeated. Wrong.
No, he's not
undefeated at all.
It's very rare that you see fighters undefeated.
All I knew Mike Tyson was for his pigeons, and that was because you showed me that show.
Oh, Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Mike
show.
Tyson Mysteries.
Great fucking show.
Everyone, you can go watch it on Adult Swim, I think?
Yeah, it's
.com?
on adultswim.com.
That's what we watched it on back like 2 years ago, 3.
Absolutely. But nowadays, I have a Roku TV and there's Adult Swim channel, and I just watch it on that.
What?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, man. That's the great thing about Adult Swim is they don't really give a fuck.
That's awesome. I'm getting the beer hiccups. Sorry.
You got the pad thai hiccups. You got the nut hiccups.
Yep. Nuts getting up here.
Been there.
So, what was it? Mike Tyson interview or documentary, and it's pretty funny. He talks like the entire time, like with his lisp, and I fucking love it. I think it's I just can't stop laughing at his lisp. And he sounds like just such a gentle guy. If you hear any any interview with him, he sounds so young, and like if you heard him, you would be like, "You fucking hurt people?" Like it's surprising. So look it up, man. Look up some of his fights and stuff.
Kind of get like a Lenny vibe of Mice and Men at him.
100%. Because you listen to him on the Mike Tyson Mysteries, and it's a hilarious show. I mean, he voice actors himself, right?
Yeah, he plays himself. He plays with himself.
Yep. So yep. So I loved that documentary because honestly, it opens you up to like, well, obviously his life, but also how he got fucked over.
I haven't watched it, and I know
times.
a lot of our viewers haven't watched it. Like, what part of it really like stuck out to you?
Well, I love this part. He freaks out on his one time. This is after what I'm going to tell you happens to him. So I'm going to make sure my mic gets this ready.
Put your mother in a straight jacket, you punk ass white boy. Come here and tell me that if I fuck you in your ass, you punk white boy. You faggot. You can't touch me, you're not man enough. I eat your asshole alive, you bitch. Fuck you, you hoe. Come and say in my face, fuck you ass for everybody. You bitch. Come on, you bitch. You're scared coward.
My favorite
You're
part.
not man enough to fuck with me. You can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. Look at you scared now, you hoe. Scared like a little white pussy. Scared of the real man. I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot.
Fuck you, do you love me, faggot? So he freaks out on this one reporter, I guess, or I don't know who he freaks out on, and he just goes off. And I think it's fucking hilarious, but he got in a lot of trouble, obviously. He said a lot of shit, but he went to prison. Do you know that?
You went to prison? No.
Yeah, he went to prison. He got accused of rape.
How old was he?
Oh, God. Like, this is when he was really young. I mean, so...
Well, he
was the
started
youngest...
when he was really young. I want to say he started boxing when he was like 21 or something like that.
Dude. Oh, I'm about to blow your mind. So, Mike Tyson, I know everything about him now. So, when he was growing up, he, like, was in the city, I believe, like Brooklyn, I think. And he was around, like, you know, bullshit, classic bullshit in the 80s. And he didn't want to fight. But he actually took care of pigeons from, like, a young-ass age. He loved pigeons.
Shit.
Yeah.
So that's why he has the pigeons on Mike Tyson Mysteries. That's fucking hilarious. I didn't know that.
He loves pigeons ever since he was, like, a teenager. He was taking care of pigeons. And he always, like, got beat up. He always got yelled at. Like, leaving the school, all these gangsters, drug dealers were, like, yelling at him, saying, fuck you. You know what I mean? All this shit. 'Cause he was a polite kid. You know, he dressed different than, like, these gangsters and stuff. So he was like, whatever, like they would beat him up and he'd be like physically abused, and he called it like harassed. He was harassed, and he was so eventually he never fought anyone, but his first fight was when one of I forget who it was, just a gangster. He stole his pigeon and he's like, hey man, please give me my pigeon back, and
he stole a pigeon.
He this is what he does. The kid he throws his pigeon on the ground. He stomps on it and breaks its fucking neck with his hands. pops his head off.
Wow.
So Mike Tyson, little Mike Tyson, freaks the fuck out and beats the shit out of him. He won. He's like, yeah,
Really?
I just won, and ever since then, I can't stop winning. And I was like, what? Holy shit!
That's fucking insane.
So Mike Tyson eventually.
I can't believe I've never
Blows-
heard that story.
Oh yeah, blows my mind. I was like, that's why he likes pigeons. He's like, I've always liked pigeons, and he's like, it's hilarious in the documentary. I want to laugh, but he gets into some real shit.
Really?
So he goes and he eventually, honestly, a little boring part. I was like scrolling through Tinder or something during this, but it just breathes my mind. But eventually, he goes to upstate New York in the Catskills, and he gets like this mentor to basically keep him out of jail. He's like, if you go back down there, you're gonna get in jail. You're gonna do some bad shit. So I'll train you to like fight and stuff. So he gets this mentor that's like 80 years old, and it's this like basically rich old white guy. That's what I get the vibe of. I could be totally wrong, but rich old white guy.
Sounds like the Catskills.
Yeah, yep. And he like took him in. He like took Mike in, and he's like, I'll like basically raise you from like age 16, 17. Because like Mike, I think one time got in like trouble stealing something, I believe. So moved up there, and he was still stealing, but then he saw like the good side of people, because he was only surrounded by like bad people his whole life.
Right.
So he finally saw the good in people and how nice people can be, and he was still stealing from them, but he was like, maybe I shouldn't steal from these guys. They like don't care. You know what I mean? They care about like character and all this stuff. So he eventually like took that to heart, started fighting with this trainer and everything. He started stop stealing. He started being way more polite. He said one of the most biggest quotes I got from it was he's a big advocator of No Not November. Did you get that snap from me? Yeah, did you get that snap from me?
I think I did, but I
Big
remember
advocate.
the goldfish.
He's
so
like,
remind me.
I think the best thing in life is basically holding yourself from sex.
Oh yeah, I remember this now.
Yep. He's like the best feeling ever is like respecting a girl, being romantic, and then waiting for sex till later. And like he was saying, like I used to study a lot of fighters, and they never had sex before the fight. They never like
so
had
they would
girls
just
in their
have
mind.
all that like sexual energy and testosterone build up, so they could just beat the. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, totally makes sense. And I was like, damn. So he's an advocate of No Not November, and I'm like, this is beautiful. So
as of right now, we're training for fights right now because we have not noticed.
I'm ready for my fight. But so he basically advocates for No Not November. He says he doesn't have sex till he's like 20, and guess when he had sex, or guess when he won the championship for the national championship.
I believe he was 21, right?
20.
20?
He was 20 years old, and he had gonorrhea during the fight.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Mike Tyson had gonorrhea during his fight
I'm
for the
confused.
championship.
You were just telling me that he said he like wouldn't have sex. How
Exactly.
Fuck did he get gonorrhea?
Dude, he was talking about how the best feeling in the world is not having sex until or holding yourself from sex. You know what I mean? It feels better, and it's all this shit. And he fucking has sex right before his fight.
And he gets gonorrhea?
Yeah. He's like, I couldn't remember if it was a prostitute or just I had sex with a very, very dirty woman. And I was like, what the fuck? He went to he was breaking records all around the world. He went to the Junior Olympics at like age 17 or something, 18, and he fucking won it in like 6 seconds. Knockout. Which is still a record. Like, I believe it's still a record.
It's
fastest
ridiculous.
knockout. And dude, you watch the national where he won the championship, World Heavyweight Championship in 1986. He beats him in like fucking 2 rounds, maybe. Like he knocks him out. Mm-hmm. He's insanely fast. He's ripped as hell. Watch the video, like look it up sometime. He's insane. And every fight after that, he won it like 3 years in a row. Like he just kept his title. And he was only 23. So this is where we can like branch off if you want, where basically when you're that young and you just won $200 million, like what do you think's going to happen? What usually happens, especially
You're
back in
gonna
the 80s
fuck
and 90s?
off and do dumb shit, especially back in the 80s because there's no cameras or anything. So you can really fuck off and do dumb shit.
Well, there's less cameras. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like, but they're definitely not as commonplace as they are nowadays. Like,
Not
can you
at
imagine?
all. No one has a camera like right on them. You know what I mean? But they do. They are watching, and a lot of people believe words. And what is fucked up with society and how Mike Tyson basically got fucked over, I believe, me personally, is that he was a young black man, really successful in sports and everything, and he was highly respected, started, having fun,
But he was under
society
more
just-
scrutiny than usual.
Yes, basically. People will believe. So basically, the first thing he did was he got married after dating a girl for 4 months. He said, I was having sex with multiple women, it was just easy. Bless me. People would just come up to me and be like, I just want to be with the champ. He said, I've been to all these cities around the world, before he was even 25. Bless me.
Dude,
And
you disgusting
what
fucking
sucks
pig.
is he got fucked. He got fucked so many times, and he wanted this one girl that was on a movie, and he literally called him up. He's called his agent. He's like, "Give me that girl," and he literally started dating her for 4 months, and he married her. And then she accused him of beating him.
Really?
He said he was very. She's like, he was never physically abusive, but he was very emotionally abusive. He would punch lamps, punch walls. And Mike Tyson in the documentary is like, I don't know why she was saying those things. She would say it on live television, with Oprah. That's not actually Oprah, but someone like Oprah. There would be those two.
Someone who
Mike
just
Tyson
had
and
a
the
big
wife.
audience.
Yes, and he's like, the reason I didn't freak out right there and be like, what are you talking about, is because that's exactly what society wanted. They want Mike Tyson to freak out and be like, fucking, what are you saying,
Right,
bitch?
because he would look defensive. Because if you react that heavily, it would appear that
Proving
you have
the
a
point.
guilty conscience.
Yes, proving the point. So, they divorced, and he's honestly, while all the scandals were going on about Mike Tyson's abusive, we were in bed watching TV as it was going on. So it was basically just for show, whatever money, I guess. I don't really know. And the second scandal, years later. Oh, by the way, he lost his title.
Because of
maybe
the accusations?
shortly after that. No, he lost his title for losing.
Oh, he
because
actually lost the fight.
He was just drinking. He was partying, having sex with multiple women all the time, and he was not training.
Really focused.
He said one time his one of his training guys that you suit up with, where they wear the helmet.
Yeah.
He said one of them knocked me out, and that's how serious I was at training and stuff. But he eventually came back, and he was a fucking animal. And dude, watch his fights. He's 5'10". He's short, and he's going against guys that are at least average 6'1", 6'2", fighters, and he's fucking these kids up, just super fast. I was like, wow, this is not Rocky Balboa, but he's fucking insane. And I have this quote. He would say, "I start walking into the ring scared." He dreamed about people beating him, and that would scare him. He'd be like, "Oh fuck, I got this big fight coming up, and I'm scared, I'm terrified." So then he'd go out to the ring scared. Then I get more and more confident the closer I get to the ring. The closer I get to the ring, the more confident I get. And then once I enter the ring, I'm a god. No one can beat me. And he would fuck everyone up. So I thought that was a really good motivational quote.
That's a good way to train, though, because up to the fight, you're busting your ass, doing what you got to do, sparring, doing conditioning, doing weightlifting, whatever you got to do. You're not very good, but then that's a good attitude shift.
Yeah, dude, go into the ring scared. Because in my opinion, I had a dream the other day of just a throwback back in sports, and people always play better when they're scared, or people always play better when they're afraid to lose, or I'm nervous for a race in track. I would be fucking shitting all day and stuff, and I do my best in PR. If I'm not worried and I'm confident, I'm healthy and everything, I just don't do my PR, but I'll you know what I mean?
You know what? That reminds me of
personal record.
You listened to PMT the other day?
No, remember I haven't gone on a road trip in a while, so I don't listen to podcasts that much.
So they had Jerry Rice on the podcast the other day, and
who's that again?
Jerry Rice is arguably like the greatest wide receiver of all time. He played
really,
yeah, he played for the 49ers back in the 80s and 90s. Has like most of the records solidly cemented. Like I think he has the most passing yards by like six. Like the closest person to him is like 6,000 yards away from his record.
Jesus, 6,000?
Yep.
Dude, what? Who? 49ers. So who was his quarterback? Actually, one of the best
well,
quarterbacks, arguably, right?
Well, he had two of the best quarterbacks. He had Joe Montana and then Steve Young right after him.
I know Joe Montana. I don't know Steve Young, to be honest.
Steve Young was like the person who came in after him. And he was also a very good quarterback.
Wow.
But yeah, so arguably the GOAT as far as wide receivers, and he was saying like kind of along the same lines is his 40-yard dash. He ran like a 4.4 40, which is like
Jesus.
That's pretty average as far as wide receivers go nowadays.
Okay.
But he said that that would just be like if he was just running 40 yards like in a regular setting. But he said in like games, he would run scared. Like he would run like because he was so good. Like the defensive backs that were covering him would like be trying to hurt him and shit. So he would run like he's scared. So he would try to outrun him. And he said when he would run on the field like in a game, he would be running like a 4.2 40-yard dash just because he would have that fear of people trying to hurt him like in a game.
Wow. The fear of getting hurt, huh?
Yeah. So it kind of like goes along those same lines.
Yeah, as Mike Tyson, like he would be scared. He dreamt of him winning. He dreamt of him losing. And dude, so this sport is a little like it's so like fighting sports,
boxing?
like boxing and MMA. Imagine literally training months for this fight against Conor McGregor, and he knocks you out in 5 seconds. You know what I mean?
It is an interesting concept.
It's such a shitty man. Everything could end. All your month of training, weeks of training, whatever it is, and it could end in fucking 10 seconds. Yep. And he knocks you out and humiliates you. Or like even 3 rounds or whatever rounds go by and he knocks you out. All that training, like you gotta have something in that sport.
That's how it goes.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that sometimes.
You know, sometimes you think you're prepared, you think you're ready to go, and then you just get fucking rocked.
You get rocked, yeah.
But like in life and like in boxing, it's all about how you get back up.
Yep. And keep moving forward. You watch that Rocky quote?
Nah.
It's not about how hard you can get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
So,
yeah.
Along the lines of Mike Tyson, I was talking to you about this before this. Fucking Chuck Liddell called out Mike Tyson. Said he wants to fight him in a street fight or like a UFC fight.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, so not a street. What's the difference between a street fight and a UFC fight? Nothing, really.
I mean, like he in the hypothetical that he was talking about, like he was just saying, like if they were to walk up each other on the street and get into a scrap, he said he'd win.
Dude, Chuck Liddell?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Dude, he's like, I love Chuck Liddell. Like, Chuck Liddell is how old?
49.
He's 49?
Yeah.
And how old's Mike Tyson? Like 56, I thought.
53.
53?
Yeah.
That's not that old. But still, why would you two want to fight? God
I don't know, man.
One of the things that Mike Tyson talked about near the end of the video was he fought this one guy like 3 times in a row, and eventually, it's a big scandal. He bit a guy. Do you know about that?
Yeah, Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, so he was biting like kids. He went off like the deep end sort of, where like when he went to jail. So I didn't say it earlier, but his second accusation was rape, and he was like, I didn't like this fucking wench, like I didn't rape her, all that shit. But he did get accused guilty, and he was in there for like 3 years, I think, something like that. And that's when he got the tattoo and like all that bullshit.
Like in jail?
Yeah, face tattoo. He got a tattoo of Mao Zedong, which is you know Mao?
Mao?
Yeah, Mao in China. He was a China communist dictator.
Oh, Mao Zedong?
Yeah, Zedong.
Yeah.
Evil guy, killed like fucking billions, or no, 20 million, I think. Like
Yeah.
Hitler killed 6 million, Stalin killed like 12, he killed like 20 plus million, because there's more people in China. But
Right.
yeah, he got a tattoo of him because he was like, fuck society. He's like, I don't give a fuck what, like, society fucked me over. Like, they went from like, you know, he was a successful young kid who like fucked up a couple times, then got married, and then was like, that was stupid, that was young, I was dumb and stupid. And then like the media just destroyed him after that. They were just coming after him. He's like, dude, what the hell? So like, you know, and he was getting fucked by his managers. Like, he was getting harassed, and it, you know, it sucks. But I don't know why Chuck Liddell would want to fuck with him, dude. He's a nice guy now. Like,
I wouldn't want to fuck with him. Like, have you seen those videos of him training with the current UFC fighter? Where he's
No.
I can't remember the UFC fighter. But there's been videos going around like Twitter and shit of him like showing him, you know, tips with striking and shit. And like, so he's still got it. Like, you can definitely see when he's like showing him the moves. He's moving quickly, man. And I'm like bound to believe that he's still, you know, got the power behind his punches. You know what I mean? Because a lot of it's just technique.
100%. And like, he was fast as hell. Like, when punching, like, if you watch his fights. They're incredible how fast he is. Because he's short. He has to, you know, make up for it. And he's beating these like 300 pound, not really 300 pound, but like 250 pound of muscle. And he's like 220. I don't know what he is, but what he was, but he was insane. Like,
Love come to
still, I don't want to see that fight. I like those guys. And
Tyrone Woodley is the fighter that he's been teaching. Tyrone Woodley.
okay, I've never heard of him. I'm not really into UFC that much.
Yeah, I am. I'm a little bit into it, but I don't know Tyrone Woodley. I know like all the big names, but obviously, if Mike Tyson's training with him, he sees something in him. But,
Yeah.
So, along the topics, you know, this kind of ties into my, you know, shit watch.
Yeah.
Do the noise.
I
Do the
talked
noise.
Bam, 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 I guess. What do you want me to do?
Bah, bah, bah.
I'll play on the guitar.
Dun, dun, dun.
Shit watch.
Shit watch. So have you seen the new South Park, the one that came out on Wednesday?
No, I haven't seen any South
Dude,
Park since I've been
Are
to your
you
house.
fucking kidding me? Dude, this whole new season has been fucking fantastic.
Oh, wait, I saw something on a headline in Twitter. Transgender athlete. Is that
Yes.
where you're going?
Yes, that's exactly where I'm going.
Oh,
So,
good.
you know, it's funny. You know, I've thought for a while, you know, South Park has really gotten to the point where the jokes write themselves. Just because they have characters that, like, you know, there's storylines that go on in the news nowadays that, like, that just tie into the characters so perfectly.
Yeah, dude.
And that's why I think it's such a well-written show. So, basically, the premise. So, on Monday or so, they changed their South Park changed their profile picture on Facebook to you know, the character Strong Woman.
No. You mean the
You
girl
know,
that flexes, like,
No, the character Strong Woman on South Park. You know, like there's
No.
PC Principal and there's Vice Principal Strong Woman.
oh, yeah, I did not know that's her name.
Yeah,
But,
no,
yeah,
her
I
first
know
name's
PC
Strong, her
Principal.
last name's Woman.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
All right, go on.
So they posted a picture of her, like power cleaning, like a bunch of weight at a powerlifting competition, and I'm like,
Yep.
basically everybody knew where the fuck this was going. Like, if you've been paying attention to like current events recently. So,
100%.
like you said, transgender shit. There's been a lot of like dudes that are former dudes that have been identifying as women and have been participating in women's sports and just breaking world records left and right. And so immediately that's just what your brain goes to when they posted that picture.
Yeah.
And they did a fucking fantastic job with it. Like,
Oh no.
so basically, Strong Woman is participating in this competition. Women's, like, it's basically just all around athletics. There's a bunch of track events, like powerlifting events. They do like boxing and shit. And she's really good at it. But then there's this other person who is based off of like CM Punk, but like they have a sports bra underneath. But like they're just what the fuck is her name? I can't remember what it is. Hang on, I'm gonna Google it real quick.
Like an actress or what? Who?
No. They have South Park.
Describe
it literally looks just like CM Punk, but the name that they give, it's
Oh god, yeah. If you look up strong woman character on South Park on Google, it comes up immediately with the transgender athlete controversy. Did South Park go too far?
And that's South Park. Oh, that's South Park in a nutshell. So like, they basically, in the beginning of the competition of the episode, they interview Strong Woman. And they're like, "What do you think about recent transgender Heather Swanson, who has declared themselves a woman 2 weeks ago?" And it's literally just like CM Punk. They're just like,
Why CM Punk?
I don't know why, but the character's got like a big ass beard and a cowboy hat, but they've got like a sports bra underneath the onesie or the.
Well, it's not CM Punk. What are you talking about?
All right,
That's
maybe
like
I'm
Randy
uncultured.
Savage.
Randy Savage. I don't fucking watch WWE.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. CM Punk. Do you know CM Punk?
Not really.
Oh my god.
I kind of just named a random WWE person and hoped that I
Okay,
hit.
CM Punk was on PFT the other fucking week.
Yes, he was.
Maybe that's why you're thinking, but
Maybe.
He looks more like
Okay,
more
no,
like
you're
a
definitely
bounty hunter.
right. I guess I'm just fucking stupid.
Yeah, CM Punk's not that huge, you know what I mean? Okay,
No, and
so
he doesn't have long
basically-
hair or a beard.
Yeah,
I
what
just
the
Googled him.
fuck? What the fuck, man?
Yeah, no, it's definitely based off Randy Savage.
Okay, so Randy Savage, he basically declares himself a woman, and what ends up happening?
It's exactly what's happening nowadays. Like, he fucking just outperforms every woman there. And he just, like, in the boxing match, like, he just beats the fuck out of this one chick. And then he ends up winning.
What about strong woman?
She comes in second place.
Oh, okay. And that's what ends up happening? Like, everyone just accepts it? Or is strong woman like, what the fuck? Fuck this guy.
Well, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it yet, I'm going to spoil
No,
it
it's
for
okay.
you.
Yeah, spoil it. I don't care.
So, what ends up happening is Strong Woman is like, she's with PC Principal now, and she tells PC Principal, like, this is one of my ex-boyfriends, and that's why, that's why she feels the need to outperform me. And then, like, they actually make a pretty, like, I want to say, like, strong point, but it's actually, like, I don't know how to describe it, but PC Principal actually goes up to Heather and says, well, I'm not transphobic, but I just think it's wrong that you're doing this, because you went through puberty as a man, which, like, has been the argument. Which is pretty well played by the writers of South Park, which brings me back to my point where, like, it just writes itself, man.
It is. Dude, South Park is, like, one of the best. I hope everyone that listens to this podcast watches South Park. Like, you might understand our humor a little more. Why we laughed at stupid stuff and shit like that. Like South Park humor is what I grew up on, and Family Guy humor. And I'm so happy South Park is still out there. Like they're still out there, and I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing with South Park is like, I talk to a lot of people, and they kind of dismiss it because they kind of just think it's stupid bullshit. But like, it kind of goes to that. You got to be able to look through shit. You got to be able to like look at themes and like storylines, and if you actually can like see through that, it's fucking genius. You know, it's one of the greatest shows of all time if you can look at that aspect of it.
It is. It's all with current events. Like every season is like a current event, and like you don't even have to like. Actually, the last season I came in at like mid-season and I was kind of confused. I was just about to say like you can like join in at any time. Mm-hmm. That was with the older seasons. You can watch any episode you want at any time. But now like Kenny's not in there. I think Yukio Kenny. Like I haven't seen Kenny in a lot of episodes that are new.
I didn't even think about that, but I think
Mr. Garrison, he's Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
Donald Trump. Sorry, beers get me.
McDonald Trump. Bro, it's conspiracy, bro.
And that is
running our country,
dude. That is fucking hilarious. How they? Because
I
watched a 2-minute clip. Like watch clips of Mr. Garrison and the election, and he's literally like, "I don't want to be president. I'm not fit for this." And
Hillary
he
would be
wins.
better than this.
And he fucking wins.
And then the debate, Hillary's like, my opponent is a liar and a cheater. You should not listen to him.
And he's like, what? And he fucking wins. And it shows exactly what I was thinking. Like, I don't know about anybody else in my generation, but it shows exactly what I was thinking, where this whole election was like a joke. Like, dude, really, he's a celebrity. he's what? And he won. And it was ridiculous and all that shit. Like, I'm not going to get political, but it's exactly South Park nailed it. How did this happen? What? Like, just people love the entertainment or whatever.
But some people don't, though, and that's what I'm getting at. Like, you know, I've talked to some people, and it kind of just points toward American culture that we're, you know, a lot of us are unable to like read into concepts and shit. And
like what?
I don't know, like. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, they kind of just, like, look at the story, like, one-dimensionally. And, they kind of just, like, see...
Sorry.
Mr. Garrison...
I went to get up a beer and fell.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm sorry.
You're fired.
Fuck, go on.
But, they kind of just, like, see the story as, like, you know, a teacher... running as Mr. President, which is what they call him in the show, and they don't really read into it as anything else.
Like, read into it as anything else? What do you mean?
Like,
people. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, like they don't
People
read
you're
into it
talking
as like the actual events that are happening.
You should not hang out with those people. Who are you talking to? Like,
people I work with.
oh man. That makes sense, I guess. Fuck that shit.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, what else have you been watching?
This whole podcast is shit watch.
Basically. Dude, we talked about Mike Tyson for like half an hour.
Fuck, sorry. But that was it made me think, and I think a lot of people should watch that, and it made me think about like more like how he got fucked over, and like how I forgot to mention in that whole Mike Tyson bullshit, his 80-year-old guy that like was there. You should watch interviews with this guy. He's like, Mike is the reason I'm still alive. Like I was gonna give up on life and stuff, but Mike is giving me a reason. This kid's gonna be a champion. I'm gonna train him. And the big thing about that was he died like months before the championship when he won at age 20.
Oh shit.
So yeah, and he was like leading him in such a good direction, like respectful and like just knows he would be honest with him. He was his manager. He was his coach and manager. Like he trusted him. And instead, he died, and he got these shitty managers, and he got fucked over many times with different managers.
His life into like a spiral.
Dude, you don't have when you're 20 years old and win $200 million. What are you gonna do? Like
I said earlier, I'd probably do some dumb shit.
I'd probably do some fucking dumb shit as well. Like everybody would. But when you're like also, you know, a minority in fucking United States, you're gonna get fucked over 10 times worse if you do a little thing. You know, if he was caught drunk driving, which he never did, but if he was caught drunk driving, like he'd probably be sent to jail. And a white athlete that good would just be fine, like get taxed and slapped on the wrist. All right, I'm gonna drink this beer.
Better drink that beer.
It's a good beer.
You drinking a PBR?
Yeah, I'm drinking a PBR, and they actually got their. I love PBR. Well, not because they're $1 at Maxfield's on Mondays. But they also
$1 PBR Mondays.
Oh God, that was such good
times.
times.
Should we sing the song?
Oh, dude, I got my guitar.
You think you could think of a little rhythm for it?
No, let me think. And it's
PBR. Only $1 at the bar, 'cause it's PBR. Got so drunk I can't drive my car, 'cause it's PBR. Really didn't think I'd go this hard,
'cause it's PBR.
Only $1 at the bar. I think I said that already. There was one more that I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, it's so. Well, we'll ask our boys Jason, Zach, and that was it. It was just us four, right?
Was Tom there too?
Oh yeah, Tom was there, definitely.
Yeah, Tom was definitely there.
Tom was there. Tom actually, I'll shout out to Tom because he called
Tom.
us out. He said, your podcast is great. He's gonna get us some Taiwanese listeners.
Oh, he didn't tell me that.
Yeah, he told me.
Thank
that,
you,
man.
Tom, but fuck you for not telling me.
Mm-hmm. Shout out and fuck you.
Shout out and fuck you, Tom.
It's Tom
but
from TDK.
If you are in Potsdam and you didn't know, go to Maxfield's on Mondays. They have $1 PBRs. And
dude, you never know, though.
And an open mic.
Oh, that's true, but what if that's not a thing anymore?
Well,
we're losers now. We don't go there. True.
Because if they didn't continue that...
Boy, we went back in the day when BTP was still a thing.
BTB?
Mm-hmm.
Between the buns? Oh, yeah, they had some fucking smack-ass burgers.
I just thought they had smack-ass burgers and karaoke on Thursdays.
Okay,
they had,
karaoke on Thursdays was lit, but I thought their drinks were a little overpriced.
Oh, I just got shots, and I was way too fucked up to be there, but they let me in, so... And, dude, remember Club 21?
Yeah, remember Club 21?
I went there for formal, and, that was it. I never went on, a packed day.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird going to a nightclub that's in basically South Canada.
Yeah. You're fucking right. I wonder if they can hear me chewing. My mic is, picking that up. ASMR. I fucked with Mike settings the other day.
Right there.
Literally, all I did last night was I worked on no, I just played around with this microphone and the boomer and everything. And
okay, boomer.
I just put the boomer down. Yeah. Pop. Never mind. It's called a pop. Something. Pop.
Okay, pop boomer.
Pop boomer. What was it? So I bought s'mores the other day.
That's sick, bro.
These s'mores.
Oh, Pop-Tart s'mores?
Hell yeah. Okay, the best Pop-Tarts.
Watch your mouth.
Really?
Watch your mouth.
What are you gonna say? Fucking jelly? Some shit?
Hell no. Brown sugar cinnamon is pretty fucking popping.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
You're not wrong. Those are the top two. And I
S'mores?
put s'mores in there.
Go ahead.
What'd you say?
No,
Bitch?
you're a bitch.
You're a bitch. I would put s'mores on top of brown sugar cinnamon. Actually, have you ever tried? I used to do this when I was high all the time. I put butter on my Pop-Tarts. You ever do
You're
that?
wildin'.
Dude, fuck you. That's the best thing you can fucking do. You know, I used to...
Butter? Would you at least toast them?
Yeah, 100%. What?
Okay.
Yeah, duh.
I thought you would just
Duh.
put fucking butter on
Ew.
like a regular ass Pop-Tart.
Ew, then what? Then what? Put it on the stove so it doesn't
No,
burn?
just like have cold ass butter on a room temperature
Oh,
Pop-Tart.
what the fuck? I mean, what the fuck, bro? Nah, it would eventually melt.
You want to
but-
hear some shit?
No.
what I used to do when I was drunk.
What?
So, summer after high school, that was really the epitome of like me getting drunk and making
Oh.
shit in the kitchen at like 4 a.m. Because like
Yeah.
like that whole summer, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to college. I'm just gonna bull this whole summer." So I would
100%.
basically get drunk like basically every night of the week with me and my brother. We'd make some shit at like 4 a.m. And I used to make this shit all the time. It was so what you do is it's a grilled peanut butter and jelly. Like you take 2 pieces of bread, you put butter
Okay.
on it, you put butter on it, you put it on a skillet. One has jelly, one has peanut butter, but then you put a toasted Pop-Tart in the middle.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
What, brown
man.
sugar?
No brown sugar. Although it probably
And what?
wild berry. That's what I was eating back in the day.
That's honestly, those are the only 3 Pop-Tarts I know. Wild berry,
Wild berry
s'mores, and
smacks.
brown sugar. Yeah, it's like the white frosting, right, on the top?
No. It's like it's purple, but then it's got like swirls of like light blue on it.
Oh, that's an old school Pop. Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's old.
Well, I'm an old ass motherfucker. What do you want from me?
What's the one that like looks like a birthday cake on top of it? Like,
I think that's the birthday cake flavor.
no, it wasn't because I didn't like it. I thought there was wild berry.
No,
in
I
it.
think that's the
Like,
hot fudge sundae one.
No, because that's like the crust is brown. No, this is. I'm looking right now.
I don't fucking know.
I'm looking at cupcake.
What else would it
and then
be?
there was-
Well, there's so many fucking flavors nowadays.
oh my god, there's maple bacon flavor.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What the fuck?
Sign me up, motherfucker.
Hold up. What? There's one that says frosted floor food. Toddler Pop-Tarts. There's floor food flavor.
What the fuck?
What? Floor food? What the fuck?
Honestly, that sounds kind of smack right now.
Dude, honestly, chocolate chip cookie dough fucked. It slapped.
I never had chocolate chip cookie dough, but I had chocolate chip.
Dude, that was more like it wasn't really the frosting that got it. It was the outside it was filled
The
with
chocolate
cookie
chip
dough.
ones, there's one of the chocolate chip cookie dough. I had the chocolate chip ones, but I'd never heard of the ones with the cookie dough on it.
Probably the same fucking taste, to be
Well,
honest.
no, the
like-
chocolate chip ones didn't have frosting.
Oh,
Which,
okay.
I mean, that was one of the few that could pull it off without frosting. Because, there was
Yeah,
ones without
yeah.
frosting. They're just like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Dude,
what
the
are you
fuck?
doing?
You're not a Pop-Tart. You're a
Boy,
fucking
shut your ass!
boy.
Yo,
I'm dead. Okay, what was the thing that Ralph used to say that you imitate?
your cucumbers are soft. And, I'm losing it. I'm a failure.
Your cucumbers are soft and you. Quotes Ed Nettie. Boy, shut your ass.
Boy,
Yeah, that's
shut
not a real
your
Pop-Tart.
ass.
That's not a real Pop-Tart.
It should be, though. Boy, shut your
Right,
ass.
literally go on Reddit and look up what's your favorite quote from Ralph, and from Ed, Edd, and Eddie. And I'm about to read them off. Cheers. Letter Kenny. Rolf respects your vow to uphold the sticky notes of elders, yet you must be punished. What's that, Ralph? The hat of discipline. Do you live in a cave? The crow craws at midnight, and the cat sours the basil. Ralph would love to talk politics, but it must see your invitation. Dude, these are great.
Yo, this is why Reddit is the shit.
The burden of hospitality is too great for Rolf. Rolf's tractor is not for sale. This is Rolf's load of baloney. You cannot have it. Your gardeners are overgrown and your cucumbers are soft.
That's the one I was.
Gardeners are. Must Rolf beat some sense into that overcooked noodle that you call a head? Oh God! Wow, that is.
I was thinking about
fucking...
this the other day. This was something I was thinking about the other day. Is like, I consider myself, a connoisseur of memes.
Definitely.
I know yourself. You consider you think you're good at memes or some shit.
I post good memes.
But I was thinking about like the history of memes and like how far we've come in terms of memes.
100%.
Because the landscape has changed over the years.
100%.
Like, do you remember Rage Comics?
Rage Comics?
Yeah.
No, what is that?
Oh shit!
Look at it.
Yeah,
I'm about to look it up on Google.
Rage Comics. Those were one of the first major forms of memes.
100%.
Like,
now I know what they are.
You mad bro? Like troll face, fucking just
Sad
poorly drawn
face.
comics.
Really pissed off face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rage Comics. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that's what they were called this whole time.
Yeah, man. That was one of the very first. Like, I think somewhere along the line, I feel like I might be able to get like a job as like a meme historian.
Honestly, yeah, dude. Historian. Wow, just to make a website with old memes. Actually, one of my coworkers said to me the other day, he loves the memes that are like stonks.
Stonks.
I don't fucking get it. I don't.
That's
honestly,
the point, though. Like that's what kind of memes have evolved to at this point in time. It's just like shit
100%.
that's fucking stupid as hell.
Yep.
But like the criticism, or not criticism, but like how stupid can you get?
Oh yeah,
but, like,
and
it's such a like fine line to walk again, because like you gotta be stupid, but it's gotta be like a certain kind of stupid. It is such like I can't even describe it how weird it is. Like
yeah. I agree. 100%. There's memes. There's those memes out there right now that are like memes then and memes now. Memes in 2012.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Well, yeah. Well, that escalated quickly. Have you ever seen the one with well, all they did was put like a baby that had a fist and was like, yes, you know that baby meme?
Yeah, I remember that. Like victory baby.
Say, yep, and it was victory baby memes. Then, when what does it say? Puts $5 in pocket, pulls out a 10, and it's the mean baby. Memes now, and it stonks.
The evolution of memes.
Halo friend, and it's like the stonk face on like a fucking animated frog.
I know the stonks meme.
Nuts, dude. Soup time. It's like a intense eyes of a frog. But, all right, well, fuck that. Like people can't see. We'll upgrade to video someday. For
well, if you don't know the stonks meme, I think you're just uncultured. Mm-hmm. You don't deserve to hear the sound of my voice or my lovely co-host Adam.
Yeah, bitch. Fucking coughing.
I think it's time for an ad read.
An ad read. You got an ad?
Yeah, I got an ad. This episode of the Adam and Woody podcast is brought to you by Fucknuts.
Fuck nuts.
Yeah, Fucknuts. So, you know truck nuts?
Yeah, I know truck
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah, like you hang them from the back of your truck and they kind of dangle there. Well, Fucknuts, it's a set of balls that you hang on your balls. So, when you're hitting it from the back, you know, you kind of get like a pendulum kind of motion and you align your inner chakra. And it's a very psychedelic experience, and it's basically like having 20 salt lamps in your room at the same time. You're really on a different vibe, man.
Wow. It's like the peak of a trip.
Basically,
of an acid
yeah.
trip.
So buy Fucknuts. I use Fucknuts every day of my life.
What? So you do doggy style every day of your life?
Hell yeah.
You know, some girls like when your nuts, like, hit them.
Yeah, so with Fucknuts,
When you're doing,
it kind of
it's like a double hit.
yeah, dude, like it kind of swings and it hits them right in the stomach. It kind of takes the
Yeah.
air out of their stomach.
Wow.
You know, knocks the wind
Wow.
out of them. So you're really being breathtaking when you're hitting it from behind.
Yeah, like that dick was breathtaking, and you actually like. Thanks
No,
to
that was my
Fucknuts.
Fucknuts. Thank you very much.
Nah, that was my fuck nuts. You're welcome. Wow. Well, that's great. I need to get some fuck nuts and make sure my nuts don't hit the fuck nuts, or else I'll
Yeah,
experience
be careful. Be very careful. You can hurt your nuts with
Psychedelic.
Fucknuts.
or else they'll fuck my life up.
Be sure to follow any diagrams that are included with your order of Fucknuts because they are your
Follow
for protection.
instructions
They're
on the
for your protection as well as your partners.
as well as your partners. Yes, we don't want you fucking up your fuck nuts.
Be responsible.
Be responsible while using fuck nuts while fucking. Be responsible while fucking.
Fuck
Go fuck
responsibly. Go Fucknuts.
Nike said no, but like a nut.
You're
You're about to spit your beer out.
Fuck it. So thank you, Fucknuts, for sponsoring us.
It's like
That's how we keep this shit going. That's how I afford such high quality equipment.
yeah. Rock band Mike. Oh god, I'm dying.
Oh god. All right.
All right. I don't have an ad today. Actually, I was thinking of one, but they
that
never
sucks.
responded to me. They never
Less
responded
money
to
for
me.
us. Wah, wah. So, Thanksgiving's right around the corner. You got any plans for that shit?
Yeah. Hopefully, we can get an episode in next week because football will pass by the time we talk again.
True.
By the way, I watched the Seahawks 49ers highlights, and that looked like an amazing game.
That was a very good game.
So shout out to that. We didn't talk about that last
We
podcast. That was an amazing
didn't
game.
because it was before that game. And I'm kind of pissed because that was like probably one of the best games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't watch it because I was at work.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, should we get into just the Steelers game last night? Should we get into that right
Okay. No, it's a
Yeah.
good transition. It's a very good
now?
transition.
I like the Steelers. Sam. What was it? Sam. Is that his first name?
No,
Sam?
there's no Sam involved here.
Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I thought
Are you
it was
talking about the
Sam.
quarterback?
Yeah. Dakota.
Mason Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
What?
Yeah.
Why did I say Sam? I thought it was like Sam Rudolph or Sam Huntington.
Nope.
I don't know. That's a fucking singer.
See,
All right, so
you're this thing that they call wrong.
I'm always wrong. So Rudolph, I like him. But he did fucking terrible. Fucking terrible.
He's
last
not a
night,
good
honestly.
quarterback. Like he's
Really?
he's a backup. He was Big Ben's backup, and the only reason he's playing is because Big Ben's out for the season. So
But he's
they're
been
really
doing
not
pretty
expecting
decent,
much of him.
Yeah, all right. So, fucking the fight that happened. You know more about it because you probably watched it.
I
you?
didn't, but like I've seen Twitter. Like I watched this game until like the end of the first quarter, and then I had to go to work. But then on my lunch break, I saw this shit happen. And basically what happened is, like, the Browns won the game. They were up by, like, 2 touchdowns. It was literally the last play of this game this happened. And,
it was.
Mm-hmm. Oh. And it is a rivalry game. Like, the Browns and the Steelers, they're both in the AFC North. So rivalry games can get pretty scrappy. And I love a good fight during a game, but this kind of went over the line. Like, he could have fucking, like, seriously done some brain damage to Mason Rudolph. So, if you haven't seen it, you probably have seen it because it's been fucking everywhere. Basically what happened, last play of the game, Steelers are, I don't know, they're trying to pass the ball or some shit. But
of course.
Myles Garrett is, he's a defensive end for the Browns, and he sacks or tackles Mason Rudolph. Realistically, it doesn't even really matter what happens on the play. But at the end of the game, they kind of get into it. Myles Garrett, who is a big-ass motherfucker. Like, he is a scary dude. He's a very good player in the NFL. He fucking rips off his helmet and cocks back and hits Mason Rudolph in the head with his helmet.
Yeah. Thank God it was, like, the foamy kind of chin part, I think it was.
No, not at all. It was like the helmet part itself. Like, he fucking rocked him with, like, the hardest part of the helmet.
Right on his head. Oh my God, dude! Like, I just looked up Myles Garrett, and he is fucking huge. He did not look like, I thought he was a lot smaller on the field on the video. He looked like a normal dude, like just as big as Rudolph.
He plays defensive end, so he's probably around like 275.
Like 100%.
And he's jacked, man. Like, he was the number 1 overall pick in the 2018 draft. Yeah, like, he is really fucking good. And he they announced it earlier today that he is suspended for the rest of the season, which is a good call. They were even talking about suspending him for a little bit of the rest of this, or part of the next season, which it's fair. Like, even people on his team were like, "That's way over the line, man." Like, dude, that's assault, man. That's like fucking. Think about it. Think about it if you were doing that shit in the streets, like taking a football helmet and hitting some dude in the head.
Dude, it's insane. That's a fucking helmet we're talking about. It protects like the outside of a helmet. Like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Mason Rudolph took it, and he was just like, "What the fuck?" Because it didn't really affect Rudolph that much. I saw him react, and he
kind of just threw his hands up in the air and was like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
But at the same time, I like to look at 2 points. He tackled him. He like kind of dropped him, like kind of held onto him really tight. He didn't like just hit him and like kind of get off. He hit him and kind of like just hugged him.
Yeah, they were kind of scrapping on the ground.
Yeah, and then Mason was like, "Fuck you!" Like, get off, like kind of get off me. And then he just takes his helmet off and fucks him up. And fucking, if you watch the Patriots teammates, they're like kicking him. They're like, "Fuck you!" When he went on the ground, they like, I saw like some kicks and some punches like themselves, like
you mean the Steelers?
Myles, and I was like, yeah, that's what I meant.
You said the Patriots.
Rudolph's teammates. What did I say?
You said the Patriots.
Oh my God,
you traitor! New Hampshire really is fucking you up.
It is fucking with me. All I think about is Pats.
Oh God.
No, but
this is the end of this podcast. Oh, this is the end of every podcast.
fuck. We gotta go. Yeah. So.
But yeah, like Maurice
bullshit
Pouncey
on Myles Garrett.
Maurice Pouncey, who's the center for the Steelers, he started throwing punches and kicks at Myles Garrett, which warranted.
Honestly, I love it. I love to see it because I love to see like he's like, "Hey, fuck you." Like if I would have done the same fucking thing as a teammate. If you don't, you're not a teammate. Like that's your job is to protect the quarterback.
Well, especially as a lineman.
It's just like
because I've played one before, and like that's like the number one principle is protect your quarterback.
If anyone fucks with him even more than he's supposed to, you fuck them up. You fucking destroy them. It's kind of like I'm going to relate it to soccer. Our goalie, if anyone like our goalie, let's say gets the ball and holds onto it, is on the ground, and someone goes up and tries to kick
he's
it out
unprotected.
Of his hands, you're supposed to, like the unwritten rule, you're supposed to fuck that guy up that's fucking with your goalie. because your goalie he can't do anything. He's holding the ball on the ground.
He's
and the guy's trying to
unprotected.
fucking
He has
kick
no
him.
way of defending himself.
Yeah, you destroy him. Like, it's like an unwritten rule, and that's why I'm glad they didn't do any other fines towards anybody else. Because I saw the Steelers guys beating the shit out of him on the ground.
Dude, they were throwing
please don't.
punches and kicks.
Yeah.
Which I respect. Like I like
And I was
seeing
like,
I like seeing a good old fashioned fight in football sometimes because we get a lot of shit from hockey players a lot of times because in hockey they literally it's a rule that they can throw punches and kicks. So sometimes I like seeing a good old fashioned fist fight in hockey, but when you fucking hit somebody in the head with a helmet, that's different.
Yeah. When your helmet's still on, you're a pussy, dude. You're a pussy. Take off your helmet if you're gonna fucking fight without helmets. That's what hockey does. Mm-hmm. And no one's gonna fight you. It's a respect on hockey. No one's gonna fight you if you have your helmet off. And I saw the post ESPN guys talking about it, and they're like, yeah, it is assault. That is straight up assault. You use it as a weapon. That you're going to And now there's all the memes are coming out jail.
That being said, I do love all the fucking memes that have come out with it. That's the great thing about any major thing that happens in our society nowadays. Is just the memes that come out of it.
Yeah, it's fucking right, dude.
I'd have to say, the top three that have come out of this is all right. So number one is they're if you look at it, Myles Garrett was just trying to help Mason Rudolph put his helmet back on very aggressively. Because if you look at one angle, he's holding the helmet straight up and down. So it looks like the trajectory of him swinging it would have just been putting the helmet back on. And that's my favorite one. The other one, the other one is the fucking cat and the lady. You know that meme.
Cat and lady.
At the dinner table. That was just a classic. And then the third one is Myles Garrett is Hillary Clinton and Mason Rudolph is Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein? Oh, God, it's funny. Oh, God.
But
There's
Go ahead.
No, there's one that's pretty funny I want to show you, but I'll send you a snap. It's basically a baby with
the baby doll with the pushed in face. I was actually about to talk about that because there's been a lot of memes about along those lines, Mason Rudolph after getting hit in the face with the helmet with Myles Garrett, and there was one reference that I thought of that hadn't been made a meme of. You watch F is for Family, right?
Yep.
You know the son of the dude who owns the airline that he makes the manager of the Syracuse airport with the head he's got it's basically the same thing.
Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit and he's racist and all that shit. On F is for Family.
F is for Family.
He eventually gets fucked up in a airline engine, right? Yeah.
I mean that's the dude's dad. But if you Google, hang on, where the fuck is it? There's a dude that has a quarter of his head missing in F is for Family.
Oh yeah. Let me guess, Mason Rudolph.
Yes. I can't fucking find it on Google right now. This is pissing me off. But there's a dude. There's a dude in F is for Family that just is he has a quarter of his head pressed into his head because he had a football accident or some shit.
Yeah, and it's the 70s, so.
I'm gonna find this.
Yummy PBR, tall boys. All right.
What if you had 2 or something?
3.
Scoop Dunbarton, that's his name. If you go to Google Images or just Google, just type in Scoop Dunbarton.
Scoop Dunbarton. And what, the meme I'm guessing?
That's Mason.
You should do that meme.
I should do that meme. Maybe I'll post it on Twitter later. But if you Google image search Scoop Dunbarton, that's Mason Rudolph after last night's game.
Yep, I see it. Best of Scoop Dunbarton. Literally spelled exactly how you would think it would spell. ends up getting fucked. Yep. That season's coming out soon.
Is it?
Hopefully. Oh, hopefully. It's been like a year, right?
Yeah. It's been around that.
Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, brother.
But you never really answered my question. You got anything going on for Thanksgiving?
No. I'm gonna watch football. So next week. It's 2 weeks from now.
It
oh
is.
shit! No,
Thanksgiving's
we'll be
late.
fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. Bourbon is a bitch. I got like beer indigestion. I mean, okay.
Beer indigestion.
So next week we can do an episode. Then the week after that, Wednesday, I am going home after work at like 4, and it's
Getting
like
hammered.
so I'll probably get home at like 10 p.m. So, and the drive isn't that bad. I don't mind a 6-hour, 5-hour drive. It's not bad. So I'm gonna get out of work immediately, go home, see my family. A lot of people like to go out like the Wednesday, like.
Oh,
like
hell
you're
yeah.
saying. I probably won't.
You don't
unless
have
people
to-
Are like,
I mean, you don't have to
What?
go out, but like it is a tradition on Thanksgiving Eve to just get hammered.
I never knew that. Last year, I actually did do that because I had college and I went up like that Wednesday. And my friends from my hometown were like, "Go to Jerry's Inn," and it's just this bar in a small town, and everybody was fucking there. Everyone from high school.
Yep.
Everyone. I was like, "What?"
That's
the
Thanksgiving. That's part of the tradition
Man,
of Thanksgiving
my
Eve.
parents were like-
is you
my
have to
parents
see
were like-
everyone from high school at your local hometown bar.
It's fucked up, man. So I saw everyone from hometown, and my parents were like, "We'll come pick you up," and I was like, "Okay." So I had like 5 or 6 beers or more. And
So you were
some
hammered.
shots and no hammered. Nah, it was fine. And then I got a ride home, and I could walk technically. Like you've been to my house. It's like it's down into town, which is like a mile and a half.
Which
But
is
I'm on a
nothing
big
if you're
hill,
drunk.
so it's all uphill from Jerry's.
Which
But,
is nothing if you're drunk.
Yeah, sure. It's in November, fucking upstate New York. But so I probably won't get drunk this time unless people are like at 10:30, be like, "Hey, you want to come?" I'll be like, maybe, maybe go there. Otherwise, watch football Thursday and chill out with family, catch up with some old friends I still talk to. And then come back Sunday and maybe do a podcast if you're not working that Sunday.
Maybe.
Maybe. What do you have off? Like, I know I have that next
literally
Friday.
have no fucking
like,
clue. I'll be completely
that's my
honest.
Friday scheduled day off, just like it is now. 2 weeks from now, I'll have that day off. So, and then the Thursday I have off because it's Thanksgiving. I'm guessing you'll have Thanksgiving off, right?
No, I'll definitely have Thanksgiving off. It's just a question if I'll have that Wednesday off, or I definitely will not
come
have
on.
that Friday off.
What? Really?
Black Friday is like our busiest day of the year.
Oh, that makes sense. It's Black Friday. I forgot. I finished my food.
You finish your food?
Sweet. Yep. Sweet.
So yeah, I've got some family coming up for Thanksgiving. They're coming up on Saturday.
Yeah. I feel you.
A lot.
A lot of family, like distant
No.
family and shit.
Well, my cousin from Alaska's coming. I'm pretty sure she listens to this podcast. Shout out Taylor.
Shout out Taylor, what up?
And then my uncle, who's her dad, he's coming down with his wife. So yeah, my family's coming down. They're coming down on Sunday. We're going to do like a nice ass dinner. I do rarely get to see them just because they're fucking 3,000 miles away. You know,
Yep.
it'd be like that.
Yeah, fucking Alaska, dude. You spent some time in Alaska, right?
Yeah. I spent the summer up in Alaska after my freshman year. I do have some cool stories that I'd like to share, but we are at about like an hour and a half right now, so
Yeah.
I'll leave y'all listeners on the edge of your seats. Maybe you can hear that next time.
Man, we need to get fucking sound effects, like the audience going, disappointed audience, like fucking audio. Someday we'll get smarter than that.
I am the disappointed audience.
We should just download GarageBand or something. I don't know. That could do
we
things.
should start our own punk band.
We should start our own podcast.
Bro, that's fucking stupid as shit. Why would you ever do that?
Yeah, that'd be stupid. All right. Word, man. Hour and a half in.
It's been a good one.
It's been a good one.
Mostly about Mike Tyson. But
yeah,
if you listen to this, thanks. Thanks to Fucknuts for sponsoring us.
Yep, thanks for Fucknuts. Thanks to Fucknuts and everybody else. If you made it this far, you're pretty wild, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
We love you, bro. Or girl, bro.
But
we
who
love
are you?
Bitch. I'm Adam.
And this is Wendy. And this is the Adam and Wendy
Adam and Wendy
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah, Adam and Wendy podcast. No. Psst. Oh. Psst. Psst. Oh. Psst. Psst. Oh. I'll never be your beast of burden. My back is broad. It is a hurt.
Awesome.
All I
right.
want. All right.
You to
Thank
make
you.
it
Love me.
Love me. That was
Love
decent
me.
doing it tipsy. That was pretty decent.
All right.
All right. Thanks for watching or listening.
Love you.
Have a good day, bitches.
Bye bye.